Hiya guys, Happy New Year. I hope you're well and I hope your studies are going even better. The title of today's video is Zoom Out. Okay, and you might be thinking, what's that got to do with exam preparation, Tom? Have you gone crazy? Well, no, I haven't. This is actually a technique that I've been practicing with my students for a little while now, and I think I've enjoyed some success with it, and I'd like to share it with you today. As you can see from the screenshot in front of us, we're looking at First Certificate Speaking Part 2. Everybody hates this. Everybody always comments that they hate it, that they don't want to do it, that they're always very nervous that the photos that they're going to see are not going to be recognizable to them. Maybe they won't know the vocabulary to talk about these photos, or they'll just have a blank. All right. Now, this is a really typical problem that people have. This is why we practice. This is why you should be practicing in your classes or with a teacher or a partner, so you can find techniques and methods to minimize this from happening. If you've been using YouTube to further your studies, you may have seen this video before. This is from Cambridge First 2015, Florine and Maria. Okay, this is one of the more typical videos that teachers show the students so that they can see how the First Certificate Speaking works. All right, you could apply this to Advanced Certificate though, and Proficiency as well, because the same exercises are applicable. You have to analyze photographs and compare them whilst answering a question. We're going to look at an extract now of Maria trying to answer this question about these two gardening pictures. All right. Now, I'm doing this as a constructive exercise. Okay. Maria does not give a very strong answer here. So we're going to look and we're going to see how she could improve and make some comments and give a little bit of advice on how we could make the exercise better. All right. This is not designed to attack Maria or to laugh at Maria or anything like that. This is a very difficult exercise. If you've studied a foreign language, you know how nervous you can get speaking in public or speaking in an exam. It's not easy, okay? So this can happen to anybody. So let's have a look. First of all, take a moment, look at the question in front of you that we have on the screen and see how you would maybe answer this, okay? Right, I'm going to play the recording now, and then we're going to come back and do a little bit of analysis. Remember that the title of today's video is Zoom Out. So what can I mean by that? Let's see.
Time in these gardens.
Okay, right. I can see in the first picture a woman doing gardening in maybe his house. And the second one I can see in a beautiful park, maybe near London, and we are spending time with his family. And well, the first one, the girl is planting a nice plant, and I think both are enjoying a lot these hobbies.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to come back here to see if I can, yeah. Okay, so we're going to come back now to the original photo. As you could see there, Maria's answer was not very good, okay? She demonstrated a lot of nerves, first of all, and that's human, okay? Everyone is human. We all react to an exam or speaking in a different language, sometimes in our own language, if we're not very confident, and nerves can sometimes influence us and affect us in ways which are not positive, okay? That's definitely happened to Maria here. So the first thing I would say, guys, is to minimize this, okay? There's no guarantee. We all get nervous. We all get the block sometimes. But to minimize the chances of this happening, the best thing we can do is practice, okay? That's the obvious suggestion I'm going to give to you today is practice, 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 because the more you do it, the better you will become and the more you will be able to overcome the nerves. All right. It's a very nerve-wracking experience doing this, and a lot of people have this problem. As there's some cruel comments actually on the YouTube comments about Maria. I've seen a lot worse. I've done exams here in Mataró in a couple of different institutions, not Cambridge exams, but I've had instances where students refuse to speak. I've seen students cry in speaking exams. So everyone reacts differently. It's a very nerve-wracking experience. Everyone is, kind of under a lot of pressure in these situations, and it's not easy. So let's keep an open mind, guys, and see if we can look at this constructively. So the title of the video, as I said, was Zoom Out. Okay. The reason I say this is because in my experience, I can't go inside Maria's head and know exactly what she was thinking. But in my experience, my opinion, I believe she was looking for very, very specific vocabulary associated with gardening, for example, and we see a country home, a stately home in what is probably the British countryside. Really hard to know specific vocabulary associated with these things if you're not already an expert. Okay, so this is B2 level at first certificate. Even at advanced, the examiners are not expecting you to be an expert on gardening and to have specific vocabulary about every single picture that they're going to show you. So what you need to do, instead of looking at these photographs and thinking, oh, how much vocabulary can I find in my head about plants and trees and gardening techniques, disconnect a little bit, zoom out, and think about why the people are actually doing the activities that they're doing. And in a lot of these first certificate and advanced photos, a lot of the themes are the same. All right, let's look at the first picture, the lady in the garden. Okay, this is a vegetable patch. If you happen to know that vocabulary, great. If you don't know it, don't worry. Focus on what she is enjoying about being in the garden and why she's doing it. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at things like disconnecting, relaxing, reconnecting with nature. A lot of these phrases come up time and time again in first certificates, textbooks, and in general conversations. All right, speculate. Maybe she's growing her own food. Maybe she has a job, a stressful job in the city, and at the weekend she likes to come up to her garden and work with the plants, planting different types of vegetables and fruits. You can go off on a completely different tangent without knowing specific vocabulary about, vegetable patches, whatever it is, plowing, or whatever the specific vocabulary it could be. I can't think of that many words off the top of my head. You can see me now. I'm looking at the picture. What specific vocabulary could I use here? If I sit and think about it for a couple of minutes, probably a lot of ideas will come to me. All right, but I don't have that time. So let's speak generally. Maybe she's working in a city. Maybe she's here at the weekends to plant some vegetables and fruits that she can enjoy. Maybe she's just trying to disconnect from a stressful situation at home. Who knows? Okay, she's enjoying the exercise, the physical activity. You can see from her appearance, maybe she's slightly older. I apologize if she's not. I can't really see very clearly. But maybe she's older. Maybe she's retired. Maybe this is a way for her to pass time and stay active in her retirement. All right. Very general. Don't get bogged down in the specific vocabulary. The second picture. Okay, what would you enjoy about visiting this? Okay, a lot of the vocabulary from traveling you can apply here. Visiting, spending time with the family, escaping from the city, seeing the sights of the countryside, disconnecting from the crazy life of the city. This is the type of answer that the examiner wants from you in this situation. Maria, again, I can see her staring at it and searching for specific vocabulary. I can see a woman, she's planting a plant, she's doing something, and then in this one, they're sitting in the field. That's not what you need to do. Speculate, okay? I've done a couple of other videos explaining this, but speculate about what might be happening, okay? Zoom out. Forget the micro details. Look at the big picture. Why would you go to a place like this? Because you want to take your kids for a day out. Because you want to spend some time disconnecting from work because you want to take advantage of a sunny day. If it's in Britain, you don't get many sunny days, right? So when one comes, you might go to visit a place like this. You might want to learn a little bit about local history. So you're going to visit this stately home. You might just fancy walking in the countryside and accidentally find this place and think, wow, let's go and have a look at it. All right. So by zooming out, by taking yourself away from specific details, you'll be able to speak for a lot longer. You could see Maria there couldn't fill the 1 minute of speaking time, which is not ideal, honestly. So you've got two pictures and a question. So you've got, actually the problem normally is that you don't have enough time. So concentrate on these things. Most of the time, and the more practice you do, the more you will see this. A lot of the activities, whether it's gardening, doing a specific sport, going to the cinema, listening to music, they all kind of have the same answer. You're doing it to relax. You're doing it to connect with friends. You're doing it to escape from your working life. All of these types of answers you can recycle for every single one of these questions. And if you know some vocabulary and some details, then yeah, you can include them. Why not? But if you don't know the details, don't panic, because you'll have a situation like Maria had here and you'll lose a lot of marks. Okay. In the end, Maria did pass the exam. I'm going to give you a link to where you can find the examiner's comments, and a link obviously to the original video so you can watch the whole thing if you haven't seen it. Okay. Anyway, hope this is of use to you. And if you would like to comment, please feel free to do so in the section below. And if you'd like to drop me a like and subscribe to the channel, that would be much appreciated as well. I'll be back soon with some more material for you. For now, though, please stay happy, stay healthy and motivated in whatever you're doing. And we'll speak again soon. Thanks, guys.